She worked 3 jobs. Not 1, not 2, 3. Also, her son could have a chance at a better life. She cleaned offices at dawn, flipped burgers at noon, and folded laundry until midnight. And one day, that same son walked her into a home with her name on the deed. A home she never thought she'd own. His name was Marcus Hill. He grew up in a quiet town in Ohio, in an apartment where the walls were thin and the bills were always late. His mom, Denise, carried the weight of 2 people. His father wasn't there and she never complained, but Marcus saw the lines under her eyes. He saw how her hands cracked from bleach after cleaning other people's houses. He saw how she'd pack his school lunch with a smile even when she skipped hers. Every morning, she told him the same thing. "Baby, we're not rich, but we're not poor in hope. Don't you ever forget that." Marcus grew up knowing 2 truths. The first, his mom loved him more than anything. The second, love didn't pay rent. At school, he wore hand-me-down shoes with the soles taped. When other kids brought brand new backpacks, his straps were frayed. When teachers assigned projects that required printers, Marcus walked to the library, praying the system was working that day. And then there was the silence. The silence of seeing his mom come home at midnight, shoulders slumped, sometimes too tired to eat. The silence of hearing her cry behind the bathroom door, thinking he couldn't hear. That silence became Marcus's motivation. One night, when Marcus was 15, he found his mom asleep at the kitchen table, her head resting on a pile of bills. Her work uniform still on, her name tag tilted sideways. He saw something on the paper that froze him. Final notice. In that moment, Marcus whispered to himself, "This can't be her life forever. I'll change it." But Marcus had no roadmap, no secret formula. He didn't have connections, didn't have money. He had something else. A math teacher named Mr. Lewis. One day, after Marcus aced a surprise test, Mr. Lewis pulled him aside and said, "Marcus, you've got a gift. Don't waste it. Life's not about where you start. It's about where you aim." That sentence became Marcus's compass. Marcus started small. Day 1, he got a part-time job at a grocery store, bagging groceries until close. He gave every dollar to his mom. Day 100, he was tutoring classmates in math after school for $10 an hour. Word spread, kids who once mocked his old shoes now asked him for help. Year 2, he applied for scholarships, stayed up late filling out applications, writing essays about resilience, hope, and his mother. Year 4, he was accepted into college on a partial scholarship. To cover the rest, he worked in the campus dining hall, scrubbed dishes, mopped floors, and took night shifts. There were no shortcuts, just repetition. Class, work, study, sleep, repeat. Sometimes he failed. He failed a big exam his sophomore year and almost dropped out. But every time he wanted to quit, he remembered his mom's cracked hands, her tired eyes, and he kept going. After graduating with an engineering degree, Marcus landed an entry-level job. It wasn't glamorous. The paychecks were modest, but he treated that paycheck like it was gold. He saved every dollar he could. No fancy clothes, no vacations. While friends posted photos of trips to Miami and Vegas, Marcus posted nothing because he was grinding in silence. Then, one morning at 28 years old, Marcus walked his mom into a quiet suburban street. In front of her stood a modest but beautiful 2-bedroom house with a red front door. He handed her the keys and said 6 words that broke her. "Mom, you don't rent anymore. You own." Her knees buckled. She covered her face with her hands. Tears ran through the cracks of years of struggle. This was the same woman who once slept in her car between shifts. Now she was standing in the driveway of her own home. So what's the point? Marcus didn't come from money. He didn't inherit wealth. He inherited something more powerful: his mother's work ethic. And here's what you can take from his story. 1. Turn pain into power. Don't run from what hurts, run because of it. Marcus saw his mom's exhaustion and turned it into fuel. 2. Play the long game. Took Marcus over a decade to hand his mom those keys. Change is slow, but slow is still forward. 3. Honor your why. Goals get blurry. Motivation fades, but your why, your reason, will carry you when nothing else does. So, friend, maybe you weren't born with much. Maybe the odds don't favor you. But remember Marcus. Remember Denise. Your sacrifices today can be the very thing that rewrites someone else's tomorrow. If this story lit a spark in you, hit like, drop a comment about your why, and subscribe for more stories that remind you, love is the greatest wealth.